Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for the Real Sports Talk. You can hit me up on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST. Two huge extensions go down in the MLB. I'll get to that in a second. 29 of our 30 MLB clubs season previews are now up via YouTube. Go check those out under the MLB 30 Clubs Plus at youtube.com/Mr. Kelstar. The only team left to do is the world champion St. Louis Cardinals, which I will be doing tomorrow. That video will be going up, and as well, either tomorrow or Wednesday, we will be putting up our World Series predictions video, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that video. Today, two huge extensions go down in the MLB. One I like a lot, although I'm not sure if they overpaid. I'm not sure they had a choice necessarily. And the other one, to me, does not signal good things for another starter that is on that team in terms of staying there long term. But I'll get to that one in a second. We're going to start with Joey Votto. Joey Votto today gets a 10-year, $225 million extension. And while it sounds like a lot of years and you don't see too many guys get $220 million, most of that is because most of them get these deals. They don't get 10 years because they're too old for it. Guys like Ryan Howard, if you average out how much they would have gotten over 10 years, and it would have been over $200 million. Guys like Adrian Gonzalez didn't even get $200 million. So overall, $22.5 million is about what Adrian Gonzalez makes. It's about what Albert Pujols makes. Ryan Howard is overpaid, and he makes $25 million. He's still a very good player, but he's not worth that much money. So 22.5, and I think Mark Teixeira makes about 23, is about the right number for him. He becomes the third player in the MLB with a $200 million contract, the third position player, with Miguel Cabrera and Alex Rodriguez also being in his company. And the fourth player, I forgot the new Albert Pujols contract, is also there. So Joey Votto gets paid. This is a great sign for the Reds. This is a team that has had its struggles over the last 10 or so years, and they got it together 2 seasons ago, had a dip last year, but I think most people believe they are the favorite this year. And with added pitching depth, adding Matt Latos onto Johnny Cueto, and ultimately at some point getting Aroldis Chapman into that rotation, I think that long term this is a Reds team that looks like they have a bright future. Then we go to the Matt Cain extension, and it's a good thing that they got Matt Cain done in the same offseason that they got Tim Lincecum done. The problem was, A, for Matt Cain, I believe they overpaid, but B, they almost screwed themselves in terms of Lincecum. What Tim Lincecum did this offseason was he signed for about the same amount of money. I think it's about $22 million over 2 seasons, and Matt Cain got $112 million or $112.5 million over 5 years, which is $22.5 million. He's not worth that much money. I hate to put it that way, but the guys who are worth above 20-some million are, for the most part, left-handers. You think Johan Santana, when he got that deal, he's worth it, and really, when he's been out there, he's pitched to that capability. The only issue he's had is staying healthy. CC Sabathia, Cliff Lee, Cole Hamels is not worth that much, but he'll probably get paid that much this offseason. So normally it's lefties that get paid that much because there's not too many lefties in the game. But then when you talk about the 2 best right-handed pitchers in baseball, Justin Verlander and Roy Halladay, and even throw in Jared Weaver in there. Jared Weaver makes about $17 million. He just signed a hometown discount extension. Same things goes with Justin Verlander, pretty much the same exact scenario. Signed like a 5-year, $80-some million deal and makes about $17 million a season. So there's that, and then Roy Halladay signed a 3-year, $60 million extension on top of the 1-year, $16.5 million he had when he was traded to the Phillies from the Toronto Blue Jays. And if you really think about all those guys, I would take all 3 of those pitchers over Matt Cain. And it's not a knock on Matt Cain, but I think that you would have liked to see Tim Lincecum get locked up long term rather than Matt Cain. Maybe you give Matt Cain the 2-year extension that you gave Lincecum. I don't know. But it seems to me like this is kind of a sign that they are not going to long term be able to keep Tim Lincecum, and maybe that they are still among the believers that think long-term Tim Lincecum cannot last with this type of wind-up. I mean, I think that we've all seen throughout the past few seasons that has not been an issue. He really has not had any trouble staying healthy, and he seems like the better overall pitcher. But Matt Cain, I think, is a year younger, and I mean, he's a top 10, borderline top 10 pitcher, and he